Hey guys, welcome back to Vampirella Custom. So today I'm sharing with you a 7 of 9 custom statue that I made from the Sideshow Collectibles Vampirella Premium format. Now sadly, I'm sorry, in the video I don't have any work in progress pictures of the progress of working on this because I did this during live streams on Friday. So if you really want to go back and check out some stuff, you can skim through some of the old live streams, and it was just something I would work on Fridays and go from here and there. Now the reason this came up was I had a Vampirella sitting in my glass cases and I really didn't want her anymore, but I didn't want to sell her off because I figured I would use her as a custom down the line, but I never really came up with an idea to use it for. And then somebody in talking in chat and on Friday streams, we came up with the idea of doing a 7 of 9, which worked out pretty good, and I think the pose is great. Now I am not a Star Trek fan, so I understand that the elements of the chair is not the correct show for her in this outfit. I get it. Everybody already complained to me on stream about it. But the thing is, everybody on stream that helped me come up with some ideas in the chairs of Star Trek, sadly, this pose of this statue wouldn't fit in any of the other chairs we had. It was either come up with a random, like, futuristic chair like she's sitting in a room, or maybe put her in a different version of Star Trek, and that's kind of what we did. Now, I know it's going to offend some pure-hearted Star Trek fans, but that's the way it is. And also the console that you stand, that's like kind of an add-on for her, that was an afterthought. That wasn't really planned. I just wanted to really just put her into a chair. So I'm actually going to take the console and pull it off while we turn her around because I don't want it to fall. It's heavy. It works out pretty well, but we'll kind of go over the console a little bit later. But I just want to go over 7 of 9 right now. So the Vampirella statue is an amazing statue from Sideshow. It was really, really well done. It's very old statue. I think it's the first Vampirella premium format. And the pose was great. Now, if you don't know, if you looked in the beginning of the video at least, you can see that she was sitting on a big, like, skull type thing. So that's the problem with the statue. She's posed for that skull and that skull alone, so we had to sort of fix out the chair to make it work. Now, this is not the original head. This is the Sideshow Collectibles Jean Grey Premium Format head. I got it from somebody I was doing stuff for. They didn't want the head because the guy had a bunch of heads on stock, and it was actually perfectly in scale for this statue because for some odd reason, that Jean Grey head is not, like, it fits the body of the 1/4 scale, even though that body is bigger than this statue, but the head is actually smaller. It's weird, and this head didn't fit like any of the other statues I was planning on using it for, but it fit this statue, so that's what I kind of ended up using this one for. So I resculpted the hair, I sculpted the whole outfit and everything, and one of my viewers on chat was kind enough to print out the chair for us, and we got the chair printed out. It's definitely a heavy rod, metal rod in there, so it's not going to break or go anywhere. And I kind of just followed the elements of the Star Trek picture that we found this chair from. And then we did a nice good paint up and everything, and it worked out pretty well. So we'll get in a little bit closer and we'll go over it a little bit more. But 7 of 9 was pretty much fun to work on. It was a lot of fun. The outfit, you know what it is painting up the outfit is not that hard. It's getting the sculpt of these rib cages that was hard. But this is a Jean Grey head, so after I took off all the elements from the Jean Grey and everything, I sanded it down, I sculpted this little Borg stuff that's here on her head. We sculpted out the hair, and I stylized the hair a little bit to make it look like the show without going a little bit too crazy. And you can see back here, I guess it's kind of like tied up in the back and everything, so I kind of tied it up back there and all that. Now her outfit was a little bit tricky. The good thing is Vampirella's body was basically, it's just, she's almost a nude body in a sense, because once you take off the outfit that was the fabric, it was basically just a bare body. So I had to mark up the lines of the rib cages and the chest and everything and just kind of build it up. So it took a little while to do it, just to kind of really get that in there and just kind of really sculpt those rib cages and stuff. So it was a lot of sort of creating the line, making the eaves sort of kind of come up to the line, sand it down, put putty on it, prime it, sand it down, and keep going. And I had to add all the elements to the other outfit, like wrinkles to the outfit. I kind of looked online where her lines are, you know, like where these lines go, especially in the back, kind of like the outfit back here and how those lines go. So it's a little bit tricky, but it worked out pretty well. And I actually really enjoyed working on this. Now, when we got to the boot areas, of course, we stylized them a little bit more. you know. So Vampirella had these like wrinkles down here, so what I did is I kind of kept those wrinkles in the high heel boots, and I kind of just blended it up and went up around there and everything. And then for the hand, that was a little bit tricky. So this hand is very delicate. Now this hand is actually attached to the base and she pops out, so this arm kind of covers the hand when you put her down. And I glued this hand into here, and I had to sculpt the cybernetics on there and everything. And I think I did break a finger by accident on here too as well, but I fixed all that up and it worked out pretty well. You can see this hand over here, basic hand, worked out pretty well. And as far as the chair goes and the base, so basically we printed out the chair. I kind of sculpted this little piece over here. We added this because I had to, you know, you can't just have the chair there because then this foot would not line up correctly, you know, and everything. I mean, I would have to break it and put it down more, but then it would look weird, and I just kind of came up with this idea, and I think it just works out pretty well. So as we were working on it, and I painted up the colors, and everyone says this is a different version of Star Trek, a different show, I came up with the idea this is a what-if statue. It's just a what-if. It doesn't look like the actress, because I asked people, does the head have to look like the actress? Some people said it should, and other people was like, nah, they're happy with it, just kind of looking as is. So this is kind of my what-if version of a 7 of 9 if she's in this different show on a different setup, time travel, whatever you want to do. So that's kind of what I came up with. So one of the ideas is a lot of viewers said we should add a console, but the problem is I couldn't really add a console to here that would work with her pose and the feet and everything. So we printed out a console that's sort of like an add-on. So if you were to display her, you could put the console back here, you could put the console over here, you could sort of set it up like right there. You could kind of put it where you wanted to, so that's what we did. Now, as I was working on the console, and everyone's saying this isn't the right Star Trek, blah, 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 you know, and I guess there's like a rivalry between Star Trek fans and Star Wars fans. I said, screw it. So we put the Death Star up here. So I painted the Death Star live on stream. It's not a sticker. So I did the best I could with the green and black stuff like Star Wars. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mix and match. And then over here for the bottom of this console, we didn't really know what to do. So I said, you know what, I got an idea. So I said, screw it, since we're all over the place, I did hand paint it, which looks pretty bad. I did a flux capacitor with basically Back to the Future console. My friend who used to print stickers for me, he switched jobs and he really can't do stickers anymore. Plus, just to make a sticker for this like one piece of a console, he would have to use a whole entire sheet of stickers, and you know, you got to pay for all that, and he just using one little sticker off of it. It gets very expensive, plus shipping it from Canada, so I said, you know what, I'm just going to paint this up. It's an afterthought. It's not a true console, so that's kind of what we came up with. So it's just a little bit of a what if. So this opens up a couple of what if ideas now. So I think next year we might take a crack at a 7 of 9 again, but we might do something a little bit different if I could find a statue for it. But that's pretty much what we came up with. It's a really nice, sexy pose. If you're like a Star Trek fan and you're kind of like, you know, you're a fan of 7 of 9 and stuff, you know, you don't have to have it look like the actress. I mean, of course, if you're such a fan and it's got to be like the actress, you can, but there's plenty of like Sideshow statues out there in good, sexy poses or action poses, and you can always do a what if 7 of 9. You know, and that's kind of what we came up. Now, as far as the paint goes, I did this live on stream. Now, the paint, to get that texture of her outfit and to make it look like that speckles, shiny, like, you know, outfit, you have to spray it far away, and you have to sort of speckle it. So, I did a base coat of metallic on her, and then I did some spraying far away, I guess you could say like 15, 20 inches away with a heavier, thicker airbrush, and let this stuff speckle, and you got to get an even coat going around. And then if you keep blending and you keep doing it, maybe you force a couple of shades of, like, you know, black underneath the chest, underneath some areas, and speckle again, you can sort of get that really nice, shiny 7 of 9 Star Trek outfit without making it glossy too. Because what I did is I think I did a satin coat over it to like make sure it's not like super mirror metallic glowing, but also not flat, kind of like that mixture, and it worked out pretty well. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then as far as, you know, paint work with the skin tones, I'm just messing around with different skin tone companies now. mixing up my own little batches of stuff, as you can see, and just kind of coming up with different stuff. I really missed the, you know, whatchamacallit, the Garage Kids Flesh Tones, but, you know, all in all, these worked out pretty well. I didn't go crazy with the lipstick, you know, and I didn't go crazy with the eyeshadow, just enough to make it work. And I kind of brought out the cheekbones a little bit. So, and then I think these I use Archer Fine Transfer details for these eyes. But yeah. Oh, and then Raz also from my stream that printed out the chair. He also printed out the symbol on her chest because that would have been a nightmare to print sculpt out. So he did do that little symbol. He gave me a couple different sizes. So what I did is I dremelled out that area and I kind of pushed the 3D print item in there and I cleaned it up and it worked out pretty well. So yeah, I mean, like, even if you got little symbols you got to add to people, or, you know, little add-ons, you can always do a 3D printer and you can use those elements. So things are starting to change as the custom world goes. Taking some of these older Sideshow statues and I can start printing out new elements for them if I come across them, and just kind of print stuff out. As far as the chair goes too, like, I followed the one artwork of the, whatchamacallit, the art of the one, what was it, I forget what you call it, the bridge, or whatever you want to call it. So I painted up in those colors, and I did sort of like speckling too, and like dabbing on here to give it like a felt look. And then I also sculpted it where she looks like she's pushing into the fabrics in a way, so it looks like it's kind of squeezing. So that's what we did there. Yeah, but that's 7 of 9 custom statue. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? If you guys are Star Trek fans, do you like this idea of a 7 of 9 being in like sexy poses, but not like, not going extreme sexy, but at least sexy enough where it's like, you know, okay, this is kind of like a really cool type of 7 of 9 custom for your display case, but not like, you know, in a Star Trek pose. So, like, I'm just saying, like, if you guys are Star Trek fans out there, you know, you don't think that it's always got to be like the actress. You can always take these superhero statues and convert them. And also, like, after this is done, like, this was part of my Friday streams live. We're doing the Star Trek, what was it, I forget her name, O'Hara, but we're going to use the Jessica Rabbit statue, and we're going to put her in a we're going to put her in an O'Hara outfit, like Star Trek. So that's one of the Jessica Rabbits that are going to be coming up on my live streams pretty soon, once the next batch is done. But yeah, there you go, that's the 7 of 9 custom. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you want to maybe see more of her maybe down the line? I got some really cool ideas for next year of a 7 of 9 we talked about in stream. But other than that, that's it. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back with some more videos.